Hey there, it's Vivian, and I'm going to just squeeze in a super quick WGU update. As you can see, I just got back from commencement, and I'll have to say, overall, I was really impressed with how organized everything was and how smooth the program ran, and just like all the logistics that were taken care of for the family and friends and also the graduates. So we met, of course, as I mentioned in the previous video, in the Typhoon Lagoon parking lot, and I got there probably around 7:40 or so, and we waited for the buses to come in, and as soon as the first bus rolled in, we just got on, and they took us straight to Coronado Springs Resort, and pretty straightforward. The friends and family got off at the main auditorium entrance, while the students, or the graduates I should say, were bused to another section where they were able to get ready. And so they were in a separate room, and in that room we were able to register, or not register, sign in if you registered, and if you didn't register, which I thought, that could go horribly wrong, but actually it didn't. They had a plan set in place. They had a line especially for non-registered grads, and so you could get in that line, and they actually made a card for you that had your name and your degree program and your barcode and also your seating. And they were smart to actually reserve extra seats at the end of each degree program section for those people who were non-registered. So I thought that was really smart thinking on their part. And so yeah, just super organized and everything. They had an area where people could line up and get help putting these on and getting their caps all situated and stuff before they got their professional photos taken. They actually had professional photographers, I think maybe 6 or so of them, lined up. So it was a really quick process where everyone was getting a nice photo in their cap and gown with a diploma. So I thought that was a really nice thing to have for our grads, and super efficient the way that they had it set up. And then after that, we went to our assigned seats in our sections, and we heard a nice speech, and then we lined up and we entered the auditorium. And as a music nerd and a musician, one of the first things I noticed and really appreciated was the live string quartet that was playing, and they were playing some really awesome pieces that I really enjoyed. So that was something that I wasn't expecting, but really nice touch, something that I definitely appreciated. So the speakers, so here's the actual program. The speaker that we had, here's this nice inside part. So our main speaker commencement address was by Sekou Andrews, and he was like a poetic voice motivational speaker, and I really enjoyed his speech. It was very entertaining, but also had a good message, and it also veered a little bit from the typical graduation speech that you would hear, so I really thought that was nice. My favorites, however, were the graduate speakers, because those were really touching stories, and for one of the graduate speakers stories, I actually was crying, and I was like, oh my gosh, stop, I don't want to ruin my makeup, but it was such a touching story, and it reminded me of the types of obstacles that people are able to overcome and be able to reach goals. And so it was a wonderful thing to hear other graduates share their stories. So one of the people that shared their story, there was Rashawn Green, and the other one was Nathan Sybeck. And he actually was stationed out of the country, so he wasn't able to make it to graduation, even though that was the original plan. Obviously, he wasn't expecting it. When you're, in the military, you never know when they're going to deploy you somewhere else. And so I thought the video that he had and that he, created for us was very nice, and the message as well, I enjoyed it greatly. So very happy with the speakers, and I didn't want to fall asleep. I enjoyed every speaker that was at commencement today. And another thing that I was really impressed by was just how they had it set up for when graduates went up on the stage. So in the past, when I've gone to graduations, I've just been super bored, because all you could really see is you'd hear applause and a name, and then you'd see a speck kind of go across the stage, and you'd be like, okay, I didn't really see that person. But they had at this graduation large monitors, probably a few of them, so that you could see the students' faces, like up close, and their names were, on top of being read out, they were actually listed underneath their picture. And so I was really impressed with that aspect of it, and it was also just really nice being able to put a face to the names and actually being able to see the other people who were coming on that stage, because it made it a lot more personable, where in the past where people would read names, I would just have no concept of who they're talking about. So I thought that was a really nice touch. And what else? They had like all kinds of professional photographers and everything. I guess that's pretty much it. And the final thing I wanted to mention about my experience at my WGU commencement was just how different of an experience it was compared to other graduations in terms of diversity. So I felt like it was very unique, a very unique graduation experience. So just to give you an idea of the kinds of graduations I've been to in the past. So I graduated from Northwestern University as an undergrad, and then I also got my first master's at Stanford University at their School of Ed. And the demographic was pretty standard for the most part. Like you would expect, pretty much a certain demographic there. And the WGU commencement just broke all those rules. So it transcended, age, socioeconomic status, programs even, because I remember even for the School of Ed graduation, it was just School of Ed students. So it was really cool to see people from all different programs coming together and celebrating, their graduation together. So it was really cool. I mean, in other colleges, you'd meet people from, different parts of the country and all that. But it was cool to see just so many different people, on top of being from different parts of the country, but also, being from different age groups, different programs, different backgrounds in general, just coming together in one room. And I really enjoyed that part of the WGU commencement. So I would have to say, compared to my other experiences with graduations, it was very unique, and I really appreciated the true diversity of that experience. So yeah, I'm going to cut that right here. I'm going to end the video because I don't want to keep blabbering along, because I'll go forever saying nothing. But and also my friends are coming in probably like 30 minutes or so from Fort Lauderdale, so I'm really excited. I got to get all this garb off and get some normal clothes on so I can get ready for them. But yeah, if you have any questions about graduation, about commencement for WGU or anything like that, please feel free to comment below. Or if there's even anything that's WGU related or even Orlando related that that you just want to ask, go ahead and comment that below. If you want to share anything, also share that as well. But yeah, I'm glad you guys were able to join me today with this video. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. So yeah, bye.